Good afternoon, good afternoon. The only reason why I'm doing this today, my homegirl called me. She went to court on a situation. So I want to know some answers to what's real and what's not real. We all go through situations and relationships, okay? It's so many platforms on here, men and women, da da da. So I'm going to speak from a real OG point of view, woman to woman, in regards to our men out here. Our black men is hated on daily, and it's from things that happens. So, and what happens in certain relationships decipher on how that person look forward or respond or say they, what is going on as a person. We all done been hurt. We all done been led on. We all done been told lies. We all have accepted certain things. I ain't gonna say we all have, some of us. But do you learn from what you get from people? And before you can really have a relationship with another individual, outside family and male and woman companionship, when you do it, It's about making it go what you gotta do. But over the years, we all go through obstacles, fighting with other females or they fighting with us. One thing I learned, what you do, come back. It might not come right back, but it come back. So with relationships, we all gotta balance it. So when she told me about this court thing today, I was like, okay. So I listened. As I listened to her, it make you think, what did I really do to get into this? We get in a relationship with people and we go off, like they say, the person that they presented to us. And we fall in love or get in a monogamous relationship. Whatever happens, we get in it. But we get in it not knowing, or some people get in it not knowing that it's a significant other, it's a baby mama, girlfriend, da da da. But when they with them, they significant other is mad at you, and you ain't do nothing. Then we try to figure out, oh man, I don't got in this, but I like him. But he told me this. So we have to learn. Everybody's not the same. We're not going to get the same outlet from people. But each relationship teaches us something. So when she told me she was in court because the girlfriend, the boyfriend, girlfriend, baby mama, whatever she is, put an ex parte order on her, but everything was a lie. And so the judge denied the girl the ex parte order. So when people put you in situations, you don't understand why you there. You be asking yourself, like, why? Why me? We'll never know why us. We will never know that. The reason why I'm on here, because when she got to talking to me, it took me back to me. What I went through. I've been going through a 5-year stumbling block. And everybody think, oh, he moved on, you should be moved on, da da da. We both don't move on because once you give somebody some paperwork, you telling them it's no more. You telling them it's no more. But then you get fought by the significant other because the truth ain't been told. I'm just trying to decipher where they do that at. Who does this? So we all get out here and we don't understand other people have motives, intentions. But when they ain't matching with your motives and intentions, and some things don't came back and struck at you, you try to figure out, why me? Why did you strike me? I didn't do it to you. I didn't do it to you. As a woman, you learn in life, you get tired of that. So we're trying to decipher on how to choose the next man by all the past men. Because everybody don't came with a different kind of game, a different kind of hurt, a different kind of letdown. Then you try to function outside of that, knowing what you're going for. When we learn everybody's not going to give us what we expected, we got to just balance it out and be like, okay, I know I'm not going to get this from you. So I got to know how much to give you to see how much you're going to give me. Sometimes we give more than we receive back because of what we was expecting from this individual. So it hurts. It hurts. Because sometimes we get deep into a relationship and we don't even know that it ain't even going to last. But we willing to put in all the work, all the fight. Begin wifely duties, and we shouldn't even be wifely at that moment. But sometimes it's meant for you, but everybody don't do the game the same. So when she called me about the hurt from this situation, we sometimes don't know what to say. We just have to listen. But when you've been through what they going through, and I'm still going through it, and I'm going to tell y'all my story in a minute. But as you're going through stuff with people, you like, that ain't what I was expecting, or that ain't where I was going with this. But sometimes we fall in love with the wrong person at the wrong time. And sometimes it be the right time. And when you start learning that social media, this stuff ain't really healthy for us. Some people would destroy them because they don't know. People don't really know. So we have to be careful. So a lot of things transpires with the other half or they have. So as she was telling me the story, the things that this woman have done to prove a factor to a man, we have to learn our worth. And I'm talking to my queens. We know who we are. It's certain people that ain't queens. If you know your history, you know. So I'm gonna tell part of my story why I said this about the courts. Anybody can go in the courthouse and file a case against you. When you're going on there, anybody can go in court and put something on you. You begin to ask yourself, is it fair? So, as my homegirl was telling me, she went to court behind another chick. It had me go back. What are we doing, women, to our sisters? And everybody's not our sisters, but I'm talking to the sisters. If that man is your man, he wouldn't have had a situation when he got with you. He would have been free. It would have been no glitches. It wouldn't have been no phone calls. It wouldn't be no knock at the doors. It would be no text messages. When that man is your man, that's your man. My situation is, I was married. And I didn't know my husband wanted a divorce. My husband lied and took a trip. That's why I tell you, when you tell a lie, the first person you telling a lie to is yourself, because you got to believe it before it come out your mouth. And when it come out your mouth, are you prepared for the hurt you're going to cause? See, a lot of people don't know. A lie causes problems. But everybody ain't willing to accept the outcome of that lie and the problems that they cause. So, we'll go through this court situation. First of all, any legal document has to have every piece of your information on there. Middle initial, first and last name. When she told me about the lady putting her in court, how do anybody build a case up against you with no evidence? I'm learning. Living in Missouri, last state to lose slavery, it got a lot of glitches. So, if we don't pay attention, of course, it's for money. So when a divorce was filed, and I got the correspondence, I was in another state. I got the correspondence. It was all lies. So I'm the type of person, truth has to be told. The truth has to be given. So with the lies, I correspond back with the courts. I came back and I said, some things is not correct. And I disputed. Okay. When my husband left, he had it already planned, I assume. Him and this lady must have been talking. But we really didn't separate. I have a child that I was caring more about than my marriage. And we had a big confrontation to where he took my name out the lease. If you're anybody like me, to be on a lease, that's where your home or your stable place is. To be taken out, that make you feel like I'm not belonging here. So I got us a place. Legal things start happening to where I ended up with my grandkids in a situation. But during that time, I go back and forth to my husband, spend time with him every now and then. It had cut off. Then I should have known the relationship was over, but as I'm asking questions, I'm not getting the truth. So I continue, in my part. I'm just telling a story, honey. I'm just telling a story to play my part. So when I didn't go back and play my part, he decided to tell me he's taking a trip to see his mom, which he hadn't seen her in several years, Being trustworthy, I accepted it, and I let it be what it was going to be. Then I get a text within 10 days of him being gone of adultery. I began to ask the questions. He was like, no, but I didn't just ask questions. Me being me, I'm going to be real. Every chance I got, I talked bad to him, which was wrong on my behalf because we had made a promise. We would not belittle one another. We would not talk to one another like we're nobody. After situations we had been through together, we made a stance. But at the moment, I'm angry. I'm angry at the fact I asked questions. Once I asked these questions, they was getting told back to me with lies. So this went on for like 2 to 3 months to the point where he stopped answering the phone. Okay, you're not answering. That means you don't want to be with me. So I got to go on and be with myself. So by that Thanksgiving, I had sent divorce papers from Texas. I waited and I waited. No response. Okay. Only person I could reach out to was the mother-in-law. We didn't have a relationship. It wasn't no bad relationship. But I learned with one of my children, sometimes the mother is not as prominent or valuable to you as you would think. So I learned not dealing with people's mothers. Okay? So I talked to her every blue moon before this happened. So when I contact her, and I explained to her I want a divorce because if you're cheating on me, the best thing to do for me is give me a divorce. So I called her after I sent the divorce papers. Oh, they're not real. They're not real. Anything I do is real. I wanted it. I think I deserved it. Because once you go out and cheat on somebody, this is my experience being cheated on as a woman. Men, you make us feel this big. And why I say that is because in our mind, what is it that she can do for you that I can't do? What have she done for you that I'm not doing? What is possibility me and her got in comparison? So I'm not a person that in competition. I don't compete with no female. You know why? You have this and you have this. Okay? Either one of those can be better than mine, and you can do different tricks with yours. But remember, you, and I'm me. So until people understand that, we don't have to compete with one another. I don't care how pretty you are, how skinny you are, how light you are, how dark. You're you. And a lot of women don't understand that. That's why they compete with the next woman. And then when these men get with them, they're trying to compare them to you. So they in competition with you secretly. We don't have to be in competition with one another. So after I called her and told her, I'd rather have a divorce than to continue to go through this. So after that, I waited a few more months. I sent another set. At this time, I had enough money. I'll be divorced from you in 60 days. Just let me out. So I sent another set. Certified mail. The mother-in-law got them. I didn't hear nothing back. So I waited a few more months. I'm like, okay, you've been gone almost a year. Let me go. Sent it. She denied them because FedEx contacted me. Oh, they denied them. Da, 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 da. So that's when I called. Like, why would you deny them? Oh, he already got you in court. You're going to court in Missouri. Okay. I'm finna show you my marriage license. Then I'm going to show you the paperwork. Now, that marriage license says Missouri. Marriage license. We was married in Kansas City, Missouri. Okay. Certified copy. It's our application. Say pay for certified copy. Okay. So I responded back to the courts with the license and my correspondence. I'm finna read you the decree that ended up coming. But I'm gonna tell you it took from 18 to 19, so over almost a year. Okay? But it came back with a lie. And my spouse got on the stand with a lie. I'm going to explain to y'all. We got married twice. Once at the church, which was in the state of Kansas. And then we turned around and got married the next day in our living room in our house. So we was married in Missouri and Kansas. I admit to that, yes. But before we signed off on the marriage license, sir, if you had a problem with it, you should have said it before we turned the paperwork in to get the certified copy. So him and the mistress, before the courts, before I got the divorce, they filed an expurgation order on me because I went to his job after being homeless, had to move back to Missouri and get housing for me and my child. We come back. I'm trying to get a legal aid attorney. I can't. You know why? His lawyer is under legal aid assistance. But you got a full-time job and a full-time woman. Okay? What you don't want, you let go. It could have been done data. I didn't want nothing from him. He didn't owe me anything. All he had to do was sign the papers from Texas. I would have been divorced, would have never been back in Missouri. But I ended up back. Not knowing why, but this is where I am. Okay? So, come back, come to an area that he's known in and was working in. Had been here for over a month. So once I realized I can't get an attorney to help me fight my case, let me talk to you. Went to the job and pulled up. He was in a smoking hut. Told him to come here. He came. I asked the questions that I needed to ask. He took that conversation, took it home to the mistress, and they conjured up an ex parte order right before the divorce to be final. Okay? Go to court in Boonville. As I read the paperwork, I'm telling the judge, like, I'm not going to argue with this situation because everything that's in here is my past and a lie. Okay? Some of it was true, some of it wasn't. But I'm not going to agree to this because I'm not bothering you. I said what I needed to say, and I went on about my business. Sir, when I did that, and I asked the judge before he gave the order, how does this order work? Remind you, if I want to get in trouble, I get myself in trouble. I don't need nobody else to do that for me. So, he told me, well, if you see them at Walmart, they on one lane, you go to another lane. If you're at a gas station, you see him at one pump, you move to another pump. But anybody know the court system? An ex parte order is supposed to last 1 year, a full year. The judge gave an order for 6 months, okay? Within that 6 months, I get the divorce decree, which is full of lies. The mistress changed his phone number several times, so I wasn't able to contact him. So the only person to contact was her. Yes, I called and left this message. J&T, I know you might use this against me, but all I'm asking you guys to do is fix this lie. Okay? Our divorce is missing 3 years. I don't care what judge signed out to it, it ain't real. Because it don't match my license. And I'm a realist. I want it correct. And I'm going to get it correct. But not at my expense. Understand me? Not at my expense. This is how I feel about this. So, I leave that message. I have a job. I drive. At the blue something, I ain't gonna say something. The Holy Ghost say, check your name. I go and check my name. I got a warrant. And guess what the warrant is for? Harassment. I didn't harass you. All I asked y'all to do was fix a lie that y'all felt was okay to go in court and say and do and get. For what? What are you missing the 3 years for? Because we was literally married 10 years. By law in Missouri, 10 years, I'm due alimony. Okay, I'm telling you, I don't want your money. Keep your money, sir. That ain't how it went down. Okay, so I'm fighting a case on harassment. The woman never go to court. Come to find out she had filed 3 cases against me. But how you do that and I'm not bothering you? Let me tell y'all something about this skin color bull crap. And I'm going to call it bull crap because we on TikTok. But you know what I want to say. They use it to their advantage. Not right. But we become the corporal. Or we the victims. But that's how they played it. So I went to court over 8 months. I spent $3,000 to keep myself free. But how do you get me for harassment because you told a lie in a divorce? I pray to God somebody that knows them is watching this, or whoever shared his picture on my page, let them see this. Because I'm keeping it real. Okay? So you get the harassment case. I get 2 years paper. Okay? So during the 2 years of probation, I done had the police sent to my house. I done received child support order in the mail for him. But this your man though. But he's still my husband because this is a lie. I don't want him. You got him, boo. Keep him. I don't want him. But the paperwork is wrong. After the police come to my house, my emails start getting tampered with. I'm getting alerts. I'm getting phone calls about stuff I ain't even sent nothing in for. I'm getting told I was online. I just did a transaction. I don't be on the computer like that unless I'm writing my book. So I'm getting fought. But for what? So this past June 2021, they go get they have a ceremony. They got married. Okay? I reach out to the state capitol or our vital records in Missouri to look up my records. Okay? The county that I got a divorce in never sent my divorce paperwork in. So I'm playing phone tag back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Legally, I'm still attached. But I'm getting attacked by the wife, the girlfriend, mistress, whoever you are. My thing to women out here. When you already know somebody was before you, you don't have to attack them. They didn't do it. It's the person in the middle that did it. Whatever lie he's telling to you to get you where you are with him, that's on you and him. That ain't on us. So leave us out of it. But right is right and wrong is wrong. To the women that baby daddy, your significant others, you know if he's telling you the truth. You know if he's cheating. We all know when things ain't right, when something is wrong. The women's intuition. So when you have a women's intuition, you use that. You use that. And you make it focus on where you're trying to go. Don't try to fight somebody else with something that ain't even for you to fight. This ain't no battle for women to fight against each other. And never think outside of your race is better than you. Because they're not. I'm talking to my Moors, my Israelites, the first people that was on this earth. They're no better than us. And we're not in competition. Keep your crown on. Because when you got your crown on, can't nobody take it out but you. Self-worth. You gotta learn how to love you. We can jump in relationships after relationships after relationships. It ain't just about the relationship, it's the spiritual man. Anytime you gotta keep somebody in your life, you don't know how to spend time by yourself. You don't always have to be in a relationship to gain in life. Don't get me wrong. Help of somebody else is good. But the burden, depending on how much you got to go through, sometimes it ain't worth it. Some relationships can gain the best, but can turn out to be the worst. So, With all that being said, we got to learn how to put us back on crowns and hold our crowns high. Ain't nobody gonna do it for us but us. So stop fighting fire with fire. It ain't worth it. And fighting the next woman for what you want, it ain't her fault. So be careful how we do each other. Be careful what we do to each other. Because everything we doing to each other reflects on how somebody else is going to do us in the long run. So learning to love yourself is the key to many things. But I'm going to go ahead and get myself off of here. Make it do what it do. But all I can tell you is people going to be people. And you have to be you. You have to know what's best for you. You got to know what's good for you. What I ain't understanding is why is we out here getting into a relationship with people if we haven't learned how to love ourselves first. We have to learn to love us first. I can't expect you to love me better than I can love myself. So once you do that, you'll make it work for you. So all I'm saying is this life is crazy, but it's what we accept in this life. But to my queens, we don't have to battle one another. All we need to do is just know each one of us got something else to do in this life. And all we can do is just either rock with them, be with them. If not, we ain't gonna make it. We can't fight one another every day. Fighting each other ain't the key. So I don't know what is going on. But after I heard that conversation today, all I can do is just say, enough is enough, women. If we don't learn how to adapt to society and learn how to keep us clear of what's to hurt us, expecting a man to do that, it won't happen. Stop hurting each other. And before I end this live, my husband know who he is, and whoever see this know who he is. Hey, my nigga, don't cost me no money that don't need to be cost. Do what's right. You left on a lie, stay gone on that lie. But I need the paperwork right. I need to be disconnected all the way. I appreciate it. So have a good night, everybody. I'll post when I'm going to come back again on here. I had some people come on, some people go out. But it is what it is. I did what I was supposed to do. It's time for us to heal internally so it can show on externally. Bye. Have a good day.